Trump's been willing to go after.
We need straight answers. Do we have the ability to destroy whatever is underneath Pickaxe Mountain?
Senator, a lot of our capabilities are classified, but if anybody in the world can reach anything on God's green earth, it's the United States military, the most powerful military in the world.
John Kennedy wasn't looking for another political speech. He wanted one thing, a straight answer. And when the Pentagon couldn't give him one on Iran's nuclear program, the hearing took a dramatic turn.
In the war between Russia and Ukraine, who do we want to win?
Sir, I want Ukraine to win.
Is Russia America's friend?
I'm sorry, sir, I couldn't quite hear your question.
Is Russia America's friend?
I think that depends on your definition of friend. I think it's a complicated relationship. But no, I don't think they're our friends.
Thank you. If we could cut off Russia's cash flow, which depends substantially on its sale of oil, would that help Ukraine win?
So I think militarily, anytime you can restrict resources and cash flows against an adversary,
General,
that's a good
so
thing.
Much respect for you.
Yes, sir.
But I have so little time.
Yes, sir. I'll try to be
Just
briefer.
Give me succinct answers.
Yes, sir. It would assist a.
Would help, wouldn't
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. If we could stop people, entities, and countries from buying Russia's oil, that would help cut off its cash flow, wouldn't it?
Yes, sir.
We have a bill to do that, as I'm sure you're aware. We have the votes today to pass it overwhelmingly. I also have enormous respect and admiration for our majority leader, Senator Thune. But I hope everybody on this panel will today contact Senator Thune and ask him to bring that bill to the floor. We should vote on it at a minimum of next week. Some of my colleagues, General, want America to just stop in Iran. In the blockade, bring all of our warriors home. What would be the consequences of that, in your estimation?
Sir, I think termination criteria is always a political decision. However, I assess that Iran will continue to be a challenge moving forward, so we have to be thoughtful
Will
about
they
that.
put tolls on the strait?
I don't know, sir. That's a decision that's a hypothetical and will depend on what happens
It's not
in the future.
hypothetical. We've got a blockade to stop them.
We do, sir. That's
General,
putting
I want you
economic
to look
pressure
me in
on
the eye.
Iran.
I'm not asking you for, I'm not trying to get you in trouble. I know your advice to the president is private, but this is serious as 4 heart attacks and a stroke. Now, what happens if we come home and end the blockade to the world?
Sir, Iran has the potential to continue to be a threat, and we will need to prepare military
Will they
options to
toll
do
the
that.
strait?
Sir, that's a hypothetical question, and I don't know the answer to that.
Oh, it's not hypothetical. We come home. It's not going to be hypothetical. You know that, General, and I do too. And I appreciate your discretion, but we're down to it. We need some hard answers and some straight talk. What'll happen, Pete?
Senator, I would agree with the chairman, but the likely outcome is they would try to impose their will on the waterways in ways that the world would not like. Call it a toll, call it a fee, call it an exchange, call it control. They would do something that they would try to hold it at issue. Yes, sir.
Would they try to commence development again of a nuclear warhead?
Part of the reason President Trump had to have the courage to do what he did after Midnight Hammer is that they didn't give up their ambitions even though their nuclear sites had been obliterated. So this is a regime hell-bent on nuclear ambitions, and
Guys,
President
we
Trump's
need
been willing to
straight
go after it.
answers. We need straight answers. Do we have the ability to destroy whatever is underneath Pickaxe Mountain?
Senator, a lot of our capabilities are classified, but if anybody in the world can reach anything on God's green earth, it's the United States military, the most powerful military in the world. It's all about options and trade-offs.
All right. I'm going to take a little extra time because others got it, Madam Chair. I won't abuse it. Secretary, are shrimpers farmers?
Absolutely, yes. There are farmers of the sea.
Are oyster harvesters farmers?
Yes. In this USDA,
They
yes.
having to compete with other countries who grow oysters and shrimp in a ditch and shoot them full of antibiotics?
100% yes.
And if you eat too much of that foreign shrimp and oysters, you'll grow an extra ear, won't you?
I'm not sure about that, but I know it is not good. And I also know we import 90% of our shrimp.
Why aren't we inspecting the shrimp and the oysters from abroad?
Well, it goes much larger than that. Why are we importing so much from abroad, which goes to the president's trade agenda?
I'm in big trouble.
Yes, you are.
Guys, look, we need straight answers now. We're down to it.
One of the most revealing moments from this hearing came when Senator John Kennedy repeatedly pressed Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth and military officials with a simple message: we need straight answers. Kennedy started by shifting to Russia's war against Ukraine, asking whether cutting off Russia's oil revenue would weaken Moscow's ability to continue the war. The witnesses agreed that restricting Russia's cash flow would hurt its military, and Kennedy used that point to push for stronger sanctions on countries still buying Russian oil. But the exchange became much more intense when the discussion turned to Iran. Kennedy wanted clear answers about what happens if the United States ends its military pressure and blockade against Iran. Instead of getting direct predictions, he repeatedly heard cautious responses that described the situation as hypothetical. That frustration became obvious when Kennedy interrupted, insisting that this wasn't an academic exercise because decisions made now could shape security in the Middle East for years. When Hegseth finally answered, he argued that Iran would likely try to reassert control over key waterways if pressure were lifted, and maintained that Iran continues to pursue nuclear ambitions despite previous U.S. military strikes. Kennedy then asked perhaps the biggest question of the exchange: does the United States actually have the capability to destroy Iran's deeply buried nuclear facilities? Hegseth stopped short of giving a direct operational answer, saying many military capabilities remain classified, but insisted that if any military in the world could reach such targets, it would be the United States. That careful response didn't fully satisfy Kennedy, who ended the exchange with a line that captured the mood of the hearing. "Guys, look, we need straight answers now. We're down to it." The exchange highlights a broader issue that goes beyond partisan politics. Members of Congress are responsible for overseeing military operations, especially when they involve the possibility of a wider regional conflict. When lawmakers feel they're receiving broad talking points instead of direct answers, it raises questions about transparency and accountability in national security decision-making. Whether viewers agree with Kennedy or with the administration's cautious approach, the hearing underscored a tension that appears repeatedly in congressional oversight. Elected officials demanding certainty, while defense leaders often respond with carefully worded answers designed to protect classified information and preserve military flexibility. That's why this exchange stood out. It wasn't just about Iran. It was about whether Congress is getting the clear information it believes it needs before decisions with enormous consequences are made.